Rob Warren, your winner here tonight at the Dion Parish Memorial. And we'll pull him down into the broadcast booth, talk to him, as well as Keith Powell. Well, congratulations, Rob, your third Dion Parish Memorial, tying Raysan Jr. with the most. This was a good race, man. Taking off pretty much from the start, having to get around Nelson Rodriguez and getting a good jump there as well, getting around Carl Becker. But once you were up there, you were gone, man. Congratulations on your third Dion Parish Memorial win.
Thanks, brother. I wasn't gone because someone was right on my tail, man. Excuse me, getting choked up over here. No, I knew I had a slightly tight car. I even took air out of the right rear because I ran a practice run and the right rear ballooned. I could make a faster car, but I was shredding the tires off of it. So I got out in front and tried to just run a pace of 14.4, a 10.4 pace. And occasionally I dip into a 3, but and then I drop the ball and run a 6. And Keith was right there at the end. He had a faster car, and I was going to give him all the room on the high side he could handle. And I never really saw him, but I heard him. I knew he was right there. He came back from, I don't know, about 1.5 seconds, 1.2, 1.3 seconds back, and he was right there. It should be good replay. Real quick, want to thank Kevin Timmons and Breeze Graphics. Boy, icing's on top. It's been so long since we've done this. Icing's on top, and in memory of Dion. That was a great race. Thanks, guys.
Rocket, Rob Warren with the win. Third one, Keith Powell. And second last year and just right there all over Derek Packers. This year you're all over Rocket Rob Warren. What's it going to take for you to get your second Dion Parish Memorial win, man? You had a great run tonight. Congratulations on second.
Hey, thanks, Bobby. Congratulations to Rob. He ran a great race. He's able to get out front there. I struggled a little bit on the start and pitched it a little bit sideways and saved it. And thankfully, we got some good drivers behind me, and it was, they kind of let me gather it all back up. But then we got first and second, I kind of followed Rob through when he got by Nelson, and the luxury of running there second in the first part of the race, I was able to just squeeze the throttle a little bit easier, let it roll in a little bit easier. And I think it was about lap 20. Rob's car was probably the best it was all night, right around lap 20 to 30, and he started pulling me. And then I just had to pick up the pace, so I slowly just picked up the pace and hoping his car came back to me, which it did. And man, I hope we put on a good show for the Dion. I really wanted this every year. Who doesn't want to win the Dion? It's right up there in the top 3 or 4 races that you really want to win in a season. So congrats to Rob on another one of his. But yeah, the car was right there at the end. I knew he was going to give me the top side at the very, very end, and he was just counting down the laps. And so I just was going to try to roll in a lot higher, maybe cross him over a little bit, or hope that he pinches himself and wiggles a little bit, and I can keep up the momentum. But he didn't make a mistake, so he got this one. He drove a heck of a race. Congrats to him again. Gotta thank Icy's on top, SUPRS, for having this race. This means a lot, and this is why we do this. That's why we've been doing it for 16 years. Gotta thank KT and all the production stuff that he does. And yeah, just everybody that did come in tonight. We had a little bit of a short car count, but it was definitely fun racing up there with Rob. And we're just bringing home a solid second again this year.
Solid second for sure for Keith. Put one on you, pal. Bob Gang, we're in for third. Nelson Rodriguez fourth. Carl Becker comes home in fifth. We want to thank all of you for joining us here tonight for the 16th Annual Dion Parish Memorial. And don't forget, your donations to the Dion Parish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Supermodifieds helps injured Supermodified racers and their families for 16 years. That's the reason we race. We have been doing that since 2004. And we hope that you will consider a donation to the Dion Parish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Supermodifieds. Go to supers.net/site/donate, or if you're on the site watching on Supers Live, just click the tab up above that you see down below in the page, and you can donation to the Dion Parish Memorial Benevolent Fund. Coming up next week, we are staying in Michigan. It's going to be a NASCAR heat race, and it's called the Wolverine 50 at the famed Berlin Raceway. Berlin Raceway, home to the birth of the Supermodifieds, really, and before they even ran in New York. That's where a lot of the drivers came from the old Jackson Speedrome and the Grand Rapids Speedrome, the Jackson Speedway, and Hastings Speedway. Where they got their start. Berlin Raceway was home to the Supermodifieds for a lot of years up there. And then in the late 70s and early 80s, it was Trisac Group. But Michigan, a hotbed of Supermodified racing. Next week, we're going to run at Berlin Raceway for the first time ever in our 16-year history. We want to thank everybody that joined us here tonight. I remind you to come back next week here on the Supers Broadcasting Network for that race and throughout the season. Thanks to Hairbag Studios and BreezeGraphics.com. Kevin Timmons, our video production manager. Also, Icings on Top, sponsor of the Icings on Top Rookie of the Year Award. And first to finish race servers. Without them, we wouldn't be able to race or use our TeamSpeak communication channels. We want to thank also the Parish family for letting us run this race in Dion's memory. I want to remind everybody to never give up. So until next week, I'm Bob Gangwer, reminding all of you that no matter what life throws at you, always keep it wing side up and wheels to the ground.
Someone you love, and if you're going through it, I say do it with someone you love. I've been around a long time, in and out of love, but if you're gonna do it, I say do it with someone you love. Come on, do it.